and welcome to my channel. Today I've got a makeup tutorial for you of this look, which is basically a dark purple smoky eye, because I felt like doing a dark purple smoky eye. Yeah. This is one of those looks that look really glam. One of those looks that look really glam. Yeah. But they're actually really easy to do, except for the eyelashes, which I'll talk more about at the end of the video. But for now, let's get started. Okay, we're gonna start off with an eye primer. Wow, it suddenly got dark here. We're gonna start off with an eye primer, and this time it's going to be a purple one. This is a shade Knockout by Maybelline in the Color Tattoo series. You know, the little jars. I don't know why it's called Knockout. Maybe it's supposed to look like a bruise or something. I have no idea. I've always found it a weird name, but that's not important. I'm just gonna apply this on my eyelid and then a little bit in the crease. And then I'm just going to grab a quite a firm blender brush to blend it into the crease. Seriously, I just really seriously almost on the other eye started applying it like my regular eye primer underneath the eyebrow and all. And then I, luckily just in time before I touched skin with the brush, I realized that if I were to put it on like that, I would never ever be able to actually still do a brow bone highlight or any form of like darker crease if I would just toss it up there. Like that. Seriously, sometimes I really need to like take a moment and think of what I'm doing before I actually do it. But anyway, also I do recommend doing this per eye and not just slap it on and then try to blend it. Because depending on what cream product you use, this one as well, you can just immediately have it dry on you. Which is, you know, of course what they're supposed to do, because they're gonna stay in place. But if you still want to blend them, you might want to do that before they dry, obviously. Now, I just randomly decided to also apply it below my eyes. I'm not using any more product because I don't want to risk that. I know myself and all. So I'm just using whatever is left on the brush, so it's very mild. And then just blend it inwards a little bit. Because I want to go for smoky today. Random question. Does anyone else, I don't know why I'm trying to show it to you, but does anyone else put coffee creamer in their tea sometimes? Because I sometimes do. Like once it started as a joke, and then it's like, it actually tastes quite nice, you know? Like it's not like, it sort of tastes like tea with milk, but a little bit more textured almost. I know that sounds gross, but I don't know, I kind of like it. I'm going to, of course, use purple. Hence the purple-ish base. I'm gonna use the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette because there's a lot of purple shades in it and I haven't used it in ages. But of course, as always, just use whatever you have. Any shimmery purple eyeshadow will do, but I do recommend to either use a duochrome-ish, you know, an interesting shade of shimmer, at least. Or just mix two shimmer shades together, like a purple and a blue. You could mix them together on your eyelid and get pretty much this result as well. Because I want to go for impact today and not for difficulty. Ergo, I just wanted to go for like something that really stands out. But without having to do a cut crease, just applying a little bit down here as well. But without doing stuff like a complicated cut crease or very complicated winged look. I want to go for something that's, pardon, quite easy to do. But does have that full impact glam effect. And I always feel like a shimmery eyeshadow is just really a very good way to accomplish that. Because this already looks very interesting in terms of the eyelid at least. Without really putting much effort into it. Now to build up the intensity some more, I'm going to add a purple matte eyeshadow into the crease with the fluffy stiff blender. Tulip crease brush. It's actually called the Tulip crease brush by xoBeauty. Anyway, you can see the shape is kind of small, kind of firm, and, you know, it's not very tiny, so you do, oops, apply quite a lot of product with it at once. But yeah, you can still very easily blend with it, and it's really soft. Anyway, I'm just blending this upwards, both to cover the primer, but also, you know, to get more darkness there, basically. Really, again, just getting that impact without spending 12,000 hours on it. I'm just wiping down my brush a little and then blending it. Wiping down my brush and blending the eyeshadow, not blending the brush, obviously. I don't know, like maybe I'm gonna do a bit of a series of these. I feel like I already do actually looks like this quite often lately. I always try to keep it balanced, you know, between looks that you can actually easily do and looks that are more complicated but a fun challenge. But let's be fair, you know, like the triple color, I don't even know what I called the tutorial, but like the triple color summer cut crease look, or that vintage pattern with like the stripes and the flowers on it. You know, those are really, really fun to do, but to be fair, when I actually have somewhere to go, I don't usually go for a look like that either, just because it takes way too long to actually do that. You know, if you're actually trying to get somewhere during the day. Because even I don't get up at like 5 AM to do my makeup. When I need to leave the house at 10, that's just not something I do. So yeah, I just feel like these kind of looks, they're both fun to do for me as well, but I feel like they're also useful for people to actually, you know, try out for themselves, to actually wear outside. So yeah, I'm really trying to do looks like these more often. Now, we're just gonna finish this off with a brow bone highlight. Well, finish the eyeshadow, most of it at least. I don't even know what I'm actually gonna do next. Let's just do the brow bone highlights. It's not very much of a highlight really, because the shade isn't very pale, but still. And then I'm going to go in a soft pink shade and this, basically my skin color shade, on the large fluffy blender and blend the edges. Just to make everything nice and soft and smoky. And all around the eye too, while we're at it. But yeah, anyway, you know, just like, let me know, by the way, if there's like specific, I don't know, I have issues with the word specific sometimes. But let me know if you have any like specific like types of occasions that you would like to see makeup tutorials for. I don't know, like I think it'd be fun to do makeup tutorials with like special occasions, like specific things in mind. And I'm just going back into the matte purple for a while to darken this up a little bit. Because you know me personally, actually, I go to work as a makeup artist and I go to the cinema. And when I work as a makeup artist, I try not to put on too much makeup myself. And when I go to the cinema, well, I go to the cinema on my own. And you're sitting there in the dark watching a movie. So, needless to say, I don't really feel like I really have to dress up for it or put on a lot of makeup for it. Because really nobody is really going to notice. Anyway, I think it's pretty much even. Yeah. So yeah, let me know, like, at least here in the Netherlands and the entirety of Europe, really, like, lots of things are opening up again, and we can do all kinds of stuff outdoors again. So yeah, let me know what kind of occasions, or like, things like, I don't know, like restaurants, or whatever stuff people do outdoors. I really don't do a lot outdoors, do I? Anyway, let me know what kind of occasions you would like to see a makeup tutorial for. Now for the inner corner highlight, I'm just going to use a face highlighter. This one is by Makeup Academy, I think. Yep, Undress Your Skin. The packaging really fell apart. Anyway, it's a pretty highlighter. Sort of a nude tone with purple shimmer in it. Well, it sort of has purple undertones at least. And I'm just really heavily going to apply it. And then later when I apply my concealer, I'm going to massively regret it. And try desperately to avoid it with my concealer before reapplying it. After I inevitably go over it with my concealer anyway. Just some foresighting there. And next step is eyeliner. I'm going to go for gel liner this time, so I'm quite nervous because I barely ever use gel liner, but it worked on this eye, so now I'm going to have to pull it off on the other eye as well. First thing I'm going to do is extract a random hair from the brush. Anyway, and then I'm going to fill in my waterline first. Now for this entire thing you could either use a gel liner or a pencil. If you want to go for the soft effect too. I just smeared it on my contact lens. That's not something I think you should do. Anyway, but yeah. Because I really want the soft effect, and well, I would not recommend trying a liquid liner on your waterline. But like even for the top part you could use a liquid liner, but you will get a more sharp effect. Whereas me personally, I just wanted a really soft smoky effect this time around. But I barely ever even use a gel liner. Like I always just go for liquid. I just find it quicker most of the time, easier most of the time. So I'm just so not used to this. Like, so not used to this. Which probably means I should just use it more often. I'm just dragging this below or between my lower lashes also, by the way. Again, for the smoky effect. The specific gel liner I'm using is the Lasting Gel Liner by KIKO. Which I do recommend because of this very simple reason that, like I said, I barely ever use gel liner. The jar is, by now, after like 3 years, mostly empty. It's still actually as creamy and as like almost moussey and just perfect as it was when I first bought it. So it is very long lasting, not only on the eyes but also in the jar, which is good. But yeah, anyway, now I'm going to do a wing with it. And this really is the part that makes me nervous because I'm just so used to the whole slim brush and liquid liner thing. And now I'm using this flat brush. I'm also just tapping a little bit like of a wing really carefully in the inner corner of my eye, just to really get a nice cat eye shape. Because it's fashionable and also because I just really like the shape. And then we have this result. And magically my face is done. I thought I'd just do that off camera because for some reason the more simple the look is, the longer the video, because I talk a lot. I know. Anyway, but yeah, so I just... Why do I have a random piece of fluff here? Weird. Yeah, I did foundation, I did concealer, and I did powder. Most of it is Catrice Cosmetics, which, you know, everything I've used I will list below the video, just because it's a bit easier, probably, for you guys. I used a purple blush, which, you know, suits with the eye look. And the same highlighter that I also used in inner corners. Then I applied setting spray. My eyebrows actually worked out surprisingly well today. Like, seriously, like, I can never predict how my eyebrows are going to turn out, but I actually love how they look now. Like, they're big, they're hairy. I like it. But yeah, now we're going to go back to the eyeballs. And first off, I'm going to apply some falsies. Obviously, still have to do lipstick later as well. But yeah, these are rather flared out and sort of the hairs go crisscross. These specifically are the Shimmer by xoBeauty, and I really like them, so I'm going to apply those today. Okay, I gotta admit, even though I think they're beautiful, I barely ever use these simply because the lash band is so incredibly stiff. Like, for example, on this side, it took me ages to apply them, but on this side they're not even stuck to my eye because they're so stiff. Like, they're more stiff than any other xoBeauty lashes I've ever tried. Like, even the foam mink lashes, the really thick ones, are easier to apply than these. Anyway, now I'm going to move on to a lipstick. I'm going to go for a nude. And now that the glue of the falsies is dry, I'm just going to apply some mascara. And then we're done. And that leaves us with the final results. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please click the like button. It would really help me out. And if you want to see more of my videos, you can always subscribe to my channel. About the lashes, by the way, I just applied a little bit more glue on this one and stuck the inner corner down. And now it is, for now at least, sticking. And they look good. However, it took me, I kid you not, 20 minutes to put the eyelashes on. Like, until they were actually, like, properly stuck on. Like, it's just way too much time and effort just for eyelashes, even though they're absolutely gorgeous. So what I'm going to try to do is just, I never want to cut the lash band too short because I actually like it if the hair goes into the inner corner as well. But I think I'm just going to shorten them just a teeny tiny bit, so they have to curve a little bit less to go around my eyeballs, and hopefully that'll help. Because I love this style, I love how beautiful they are, I love how like curvy and like how crisscross the hairs are. I really love these lashes. And I just want them to work, and I want them to work a little bit quicker than they do now. So yeah, that's what I'm going to try out later. For now at any rate, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!